Hi YouTube, it's Bethany from Madeline Jean Antiques and Restoration. In this video, I'm not going to talk about furniture. I'm going to share a little bit of my DIY homemade dishwashing detergent recipe. Now, if you've been following me for a while here, I just started to make my own laundry detergent at home, and I've been using that for a little over a year and a half. So for over a year and a half, I have not bought one thing of laundry detergent, not one container, and I feel really good about that. I do have the recipe for that. I'm going to list that link below this video description. You'll find that there. And then I also just started making my own like disinfectant cleaner for in my kitchen, and I have that brewing on my windowsill. So if you want to know the recipe for that, hit me up in the comment section and I'll share that recipe. So not only am I not buying laundry detergent, I'm not buying disinfectant spray for my home, I'm also now not going to be buying any more dishwasher detergent. So I'm going to show you how I make mine. Now I've only made one batch so far, and I really wanted to make sure I liked it before I shared the recipe with you. So here's what it looks like. I have used pretty much all of it, so I need to make a new batch today, so let's get started. Okay, you will just need a few simple ingredients. We're gonna need water. We're going to need ZOTE soap. That's what this looks like here. I get the pink kind. I believe I got that at Walmart or the dollar store. I can't remember. So you're gonna need ZOTE soap. You're going to need water. You're gonna need some washing soda. You're gonna need some lemon juice. You're gonna need baking soda, and then your favorite dish soap. I got this at the dollar store, Ajax. This is for suds and for antibacterial purposes. So that is all of the ingredients that you're gonna need, and now I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make your very own dishwasher soap. Okay, guys, the first thing that you're going to need is 2 cups of water. And you're going to boil that. So here's my 2 cups. We're gonna get that in there. We're gonna get that warming up. The next thing that you're gonna do is you're going to cut the ZOTE soap into eighths. So you're gonna need 1/8. I already did it the first time I made it. You're gonna see my little cuts there. That way it is ready to go for me. You're probably gonna ask me, Bethany, how much does this make? I'm not exactly sure. So we're gonna figure that out together. Like I said, I just made one batch. I wanted to make sure I liked it and that it actually did clean my dishes. And let me tell you, it did. And I've been very, very happy with it. My dishes seem less spotty than they were with the detergent I was using. Now, when you cut up this soap, it's best to cut it into like little chunks. Once you cut that 1/8 off, cut it up into little chunks. It'll just melt faster. So that's what I'm doing here. Or trying to do. It's kind of tough. All right. I'm going to put that in with my 2 cups of water. And we are just going to stir that until it melts. And I'm going to show you a view of that. Okay, this is what this looks like. It goes kind of slow. I'm going to turn up my heat a little bit. I'm just going to keep stirring this until this gets completely melted. And then I'm going to show you what we do after that. Okay, you guys, we are about 5 to 8 minutes in. This soap takes longer than you would think to melt down. I don't know if that means it's really good soap. I have no idea. But what I do know is that this smell triggers a memory for me. It reminds me of my grandparents' bathroom. My grandmother, she had a bathroom upstairs, and it was literally head to toe all pink. Everything was pink in there. Rugs, the toilet paper was pink, and she had one of those crocheted dolls, you know, with the poofy dress that sat over the Kleenex. And she must have had this type of soap because the hand soap was pink, and I remember using it, and it smelled exactly like this. So that's a little funny story there. So this is probably 2 minutes from being done. We're gonna remove it from the heat and we're gonna let it cool for a few moments, and then we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, I've let it cool down for about 5 minutes. So now we are gonna add the rest of our ingredients. So the first thing we are gonna add is our washing soda. I get this at Walmart, and I also make my laundry detergent with this, so lots of uses. So we're gonna do 1 tablespoon. Just double checking, 1 tablespoon. The next that we're gonna add is 1/8 a cup of baking soda. 1/8 of a cup. Let me get that in there. Okay, now we're gonna mix those 2 ingredients. This is where it gets weird, and the first time I made this, I was like, what the heck is going on? It kind of separates in there. I hope you can see that. But just keep mixing the 2. And it'll eventually just swirl up. I hope you guys can see that. So we're mixing that all together. The next thing that we're gonna add is we're gonna add a teaspoon, or you can add like 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Now, if you are going to be washing like silver, obviously you don't want to be using lemon juice. That'll tarnish it. So you can exclude that from this recipe. I don't have any like sterling silverware that I'm going to be washing. So I'm going to be adding just a teaspoon of lemon juice. There we be. Now the lady where I found this recipe from online, she also adds like scents like vanilla extract. To me, I don't need my dishes smelling like vanilla or needing that. I mean, this smells awesome enough. My daughter just walked out after the soap had melted and she was just like, what is that smell? She thought the house smells amazing. So just as is, it smells really good. So I am mixing all of that together. And then we're gonna let that cool down just a little more. And then the last thing that we are going to add, and again, this is for suds and for antibacterial components, I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of Ajax. Okay, while that's cooling down, I haven't added the Ajax yet. The first time I made it, I put it in one of my old Dawn bottles, like that. You can see the remnants of it. When it starts to cool down, it might freak you out. It starts to look like mashed potatoes. That's the best way I can describe it. So you want to put it in a container that you're going to be able to squeeze the dishwash detergent out of. I initially got these glass bottles and I was like, there's no way to squeeze glass and there would be no way for me to get it out because it does solidify. So I'm going to be nixing the plastic. I'm trying to get away from using plastic as much as I can. And I'm going to be putting it in a ball jar, but then a wider mouth ball jar with a tablespoon scooper inside of it. That way I can just go in and scoop it and put it in my dishwasher. Okay, you guys, it is cooled down enough now that I'm gonna add my 1/2 cup of Ajax. And we are gonna stir that thoroughly. And that is it, you guys. It is really simple, pretty quick to make. Now I'm gonna see, as I pour this into my quart size ball jar, how much I'm gonna get in there. Now, as it cools even more, it's gonna solidify and just get like clumpy, like mashed potatoes. Don't freak out. It's supposed to be like that. And mine worked just fine with cleaning my dishes. I've been using it for the past like week and a half and it's been awesome. Actually, I'm gonna be smart about this. I'm gonna move over to the sink and dump this into the ball jar over there. Okay, let's fill it up. much as we can out of my saucepan. I hear pitter-patter feet. Who is it? Who is that? It's either biscuit or bacon. All right, so this will solidify just a little more. So this probably filled up a little bit, halfway of a quart. There we go. Now I have to see how many tablespoons are in half a quart or 2 cups. How many tablespoons are in 2 cups? That'll tell me how many loads of dishes will I be able to do. Hold on, I gotta do quick math. Okay, so I just had my daughter Google how many tablespoons are in 1 cup, and it's 16. And for those of you that just know that off the top of your head, bless you, and I don't know how you remember those things, but I don't. So it's 16 tablespoons in 1 cup, and I probably have about 2 here in this bowl container. So that's a lot of loads of dishes. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put 1 tablespoon into your little compartment in your dishwasher, and you're gonna have amazing clean dishes. What I also like to add to my dishwasher is in the rinse little compartment, you know, that you can put like the rinser detergent, I put white vinegar in there, and that seems to really help with spots, and it helps to dry my dishes better. When I don't have that in there, I run out, I find out that my dishes are wetter at the end of the cycle. I don't know how that works, but that's my tip there for having sparkling, clean, dry dishes. Hey guys, it's been a few minutes. I want to show you how this starts to solidify, and you can see in the jar it's not tipping much. It's becoming kind of like slime, that consistency. If you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. It is thicker. So as it cools, it's thickening. That makes it super easy when you're using your tablespoon. Just scoop it in and just put your little blob of mashed potato, homemade dishwash detergent, and you're gonna have fabulous sparkling dishes. Trust me on this. Okay, you guys, that concludes this tutorial on how to make your very own dishwash detergent. I hope you use this recipe and that you have much success with it, just like I have. I would love to know in the comment section, once you make a batch, I wanna hear back. I wanna hear your comments on how well you liked it. Or if you didn't like it, maybe you won't like it. And if you have your own recipe and you're like, no, Bethany, you should add this ingredient as well, please let me know that as well. I would love to hear everybody else's ideas about becoming more self-sufficient and making things on our own and not relying on big box stores and all of that other stuff. I'm trying in little ways to make myself more self-sufficient. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please share it. And here's Little Biscuit. He always comes on, or we have another dog too, Bacon. And you help me do the sign off, don't you? You're chilly, aren't you? Oh no. It has been so warm here in New Hampshire. We got hit with a massive heat wave this past week. We were almost in the hundreds. The heat index, I think, was over 100. And now today, it's like, Madeline, what's the temp? 70 some? But it feels so much cooler than it is. And my poor Little Biscuit here, he's shivering. Aren't you? We have to get you a little t-shirt, huh, bud? Okay, so until we see you guys again, we say, what do we say, Biscuit? We say toodaloo. Toodaloo, bye.